if trees were once larger and therefore so were bugs, technically, couldn't humans have been giants?
That is a great question. The short answer is no, but the long answer is just however long this TikTok takes. The time that he's talking about is the Carboniferous. It was around 359 to about 299 million years ago. It was before even dinosaurs were around, so yeah, a long time ago.
It's like if the trees were larger, and because of the amount of oxygen that was available in the air, the bugs were big. The bugs were actually humongous, large, ginormous, gigantic, right?
Kinda? While some arthropods, like the Arthropleura and the Meganeura, some arthropods did get really big, but it wasn't all of them. It was just some of them. A lot of the bugs back then were probably just normal size that they are now, but some of them did get to this size. And yes, trees did get bigger back then. This is the Lepidodendra. They were called scale trees because of the shape of their bark. So yes, the trees were big, taking in a lot of CO2, pumping out a lot of oxygen, but bacteria couldn't decompose wood yet, so when these trees would fall and die, they wouldn't decompose and let the CO2 back into the atmosphere, which let oxygen skyrocket to a peak of possibly 35%. For scale, right now, our oxygen is about 21%.
Makes me think if there was more oxygen in the air and there were more trees, well then humans would also be larger too at some point, like not prehistoric obviously, but like ancient wise.
I'm glad you did specify that it wasn't prehistoric because mammals were not even around back then, they just did not exist. Well, that begs the question, before deforestation and all the shit that humans did, were humans bigger? Well, no, bugs don't take in oxygen the same way that we do. They don't have lungs, they have a trachea which diffuses the oxygen throughout their entire body. So when there's more oxygen in the atmosphere, it lets them diffuse more oxygen in their body, letting them get bigger. We've actually done this in the lab, and studies show that if you raise arthropods in a higher oxygen environment, then they will get bigger. But also, even if they could get bigger because of the oxygen levels, by this point, those wood-eating bacteria have evolved. So the oxygen levels have already lowered by the time that humans got there.
It reminds me of like how mesas look like chopped down trees. Like maybe the mesas were the ginormous trees that were giving the large amounts of oxygen in the air that made the organisms larger.
Now, I already tackled this idea. It's just kind of stupid, to be honest. They're just mesas. That's just all they are. They were never trees.